Love at first sight? Not quite. Georgie and Mandy didn't fall for each other in a dreamy, romantic way. Their story started with confusion, secrets, and a surprise that would change their lives forever. Before they were partners or parents, they were strangers who made one unexpected decision. And Season 2 shows what happens when two people try to build love after the consequences. Georgie Cooper wasn't ready for fatherhood. He wasn't even ready for adulthood. At just 17, he was working at a tire shop, skipping out on school, and always trying to prove he was older than he really was. That's when he met Mandy, older, confident, and independent. To Georgie, she was everything he wasn't yet. Someone who had her life together. But he didn't tell her the truth. He let her believe he was older too. This small lie would set the tone for everything that followed. When Mandy found out Georgie's real age, she felt betrayed, and rightfully so. She was in her 20s, trying to build her career, and didn't expect to be dating a teenager, especially one who didn't seem serious. The lie broke trust early on. But by then, something else had already happened. Mandy was pregnant. Their relationship didn't begin with love. It began with a situation. A baby on the way, a big secret revealed, and two people who barely knew each other. This wasn't a couple growing together. It was two individuals suddenly tied together, forced to figure things out fast. Mandy didn't want a relationship at first. She didn't even want Georgie involved too much. She was angry, confused, and scared. And Georgie? He was scared too, but he was also stubborn. He wanted to step up. He said he would be there for the baby, for Mandy, for all of it, even if he had no idea what that actually meant. The people around them didn't make it any easier. Georgie's parents, especially Mary, were shocked and disappointed. Sheldon, Georgie's younger brother, couldn't understand why Georgie would do something so reckless. And even though George Sr. tried to support his son, the tension in the family was heavy. Still, there were small moments that showed Georgie was serious, moments where he tried to grow up fast. He started working harder, saving money, and showing up for appointments. He didn't have the emotional tools, but he had the will. That mattered. And Mandy noticed, even if she wasn't ready to admit it out loud. Their early dynamic was messy, awkward, and full of tension. They were strangers stuck in a very adult situation. Sometimes they clashed. Other times, they tried to connect. But under all that, chaos was something simple. Two people trying to do the right thing, even if they weren't sure what that was. By the time the baby came, the mood had shifted slightly. Mandy was still unsure about Georgie, but she was softening. Georgie, for his part, was still immature in many ways, but he was growing. Slowly. Their bond wasn't built on romance. It was built on trying, on showing up, on mistakes and learning from them. This foundation, however shaky, was real, and it's what made fans start to root for them. Because even though they didn't start in love, they were both trying to build something from the ground up, and in a strange way that felt more honest than most love stories on TV. In Season 2, that foundation is tested again and again, but to understand why they struggle so much, we first have to remember where they came from. A lie, a baby, and two people who barely knew each other. It's not the stuff of fairy tales, but it's real. And sometimes, reality is more interesting than fiction.